From Seneca Valley High School, it's a matchup between two arch rivals, the Butler High School Golden Tornado, the Seneca Valley Raiders. Good evening, this is Ed Cody along with the Swami George Abraham. And George, you have Butler coming in here. They're 3-1 in section play, 10-3 overall. They only lost that 79-74 loss last Tuesday night to Pine Richland, in which Ethan Morton poured in 51 points to break his own record. Seneca Valley suffered their second loss of the season last week at North Allegheny, 65-47. So they come in 2-2, 7-4. A win for them tonight would tie them with Butler for second place. A loss and a North Allegheny win drops them out of a third place tie with NA and into fourth place. So a lot riding on this game tonight.
Excuse me. Yes, it is. At any time you have a home game, you just can't let it get away, Eddie. The league is too balanced to have you blow a home game. It's that simple. Seneca needs to play some defense tonight, and you know, I know you're not going to be able to stop Morton. He's just too good, but he can't get 50.
Well, you look at the numbers. Butler comes into this game averaging 74.5 points per game. Defensively, they give up 69.7. For the Raiders, it's how close their games have been. They average 61.6 per game offensively, and defensively, they give up 56.5. I would be surprised they don't try to slow things down, hold on to the ball a lot more. If there's a size advantage, it goes to Seneca Valley with 6'7", Marcus Might in the middle, and 6'4", Zach Sajax at forward. And they're going to have to control the glass underneath.
Good point, Eddie. If you control the glass and limit Butler to one shot, now it's a different story. But if you let them climb the boards, as you say, Might is a man in there. I've seen him before. If he can get in there and establish a presence, that's a different story. If not, and the game's back, full court, up and down, then Morton will be too much.
And, George, we've done these games a number of times over the years, and one time it always may look like a mismatch, but Seneca Valley always gives Butler fits.
Without a doubt. They have a good squad, too. Don't be surprised if this thing goes to the buzzer.
We have a good crowd on hand. This is the last section game of the first half of the season already. Please join us in our national anthem.
School district would like to remind everyone to do their part in contributing to a safe, enjoyable, and positive sporting experience. Disrespectful behavior aimed at athletes, coaches, fans, or officials will not be tolerated or grounds for immediate removal from the gymnasium. Would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
The Butler offense led by Ethan Morton, who had games last week of 51 and 27 points. He averages over 27 a game. And for Seneca Valley, Mason Bush, who had games last week of 30, 27, and 20, he averages a little over 20 points a game. Two junior guards, two outstanding players. Morton, of course, he's the second leading scorer in the WPIAL.
He's a big-time player. Anytime a kid like that gets offers from the people that he's getting offers from, Big Ten, etc., you know he's a quality player.
Butler in their road uniforms, gold trimmed in navy blue. They will start off with Ethan Morton, 6'5" junior guard, Luke Patton, 6'4" junior guard, Devin Carney, a 6-foot freshman guard, Maddox Clement, a 6-foot sophomore guard, and you have both Charles Kranebucker, 6'4" freshman, and Isaiah Scribner, 6'2" senior, sharing that forward spot. For the Seneca Valley Raiders in their home uniforms, white, trimmed in Carolina blue and black, it will send out Mason Bush, 6'2" junior guard, Gabe Lawson, 6'2" junior guard, Zach Zajas, a 6'4" senior forward, Marcus Might, a 6'7" senior center, and Trey Behringer, a 5'10" senior guard.
The Raiders would like to thank EduLink Software Solutions for Schools for sponsoring.
This game will mark the end of the first half of section play.
For being tonight's game sponsor.
There's one less team in this section this year, George, with Shaler having moved out, gone down to 5A. So right now, the contending teams, of course, you have Pine in first place, 4-0, followed by Butler 3-1, and then Seneca Valley and NA 2-2, North Hills and Central Catholic at the bottom.
Yeah, it's a long way
I don't
to
know if
go.
they're still taking 4 out of the 6.
Long way to go, though, Eddie. You just don't know this early.
And Butler will have a big game coming up, second half of the section play against Pine. There's Marcus Might, 6'7", 285-pound. Had a great year playing tackle for the Raiders. They went to the championship game in 6A football. And Butler with the basketball. Ethan Morton. What do we see defensively, George, from the Raiders?
3-2 zone.
Into Patton.
Yeah, weak
turn
in the
around.
middle. That's where it's weak. And then
over to Scribner. 3-point attempt. No good by Maddox Clement. Over to Gabe Lawson. Lawson quickly across midcourt. Loses the basketball. Tips it back. Jumper from the corner. Glass. And an errant shot by Zajax. Devin Carney with it for the Tornado. Back to Carney. Launches a 3. All net.
Money ball. Good start for the Tornado.
3-0 Butler here in the early going. Corner shot for 3. Ricochets out. The tip and a putback. Good by Trey Behringer.
Nice follow by Behringer. Nice follow.
Patton with it. Kicks it in the corner. And Carney's ball ricocheted back over to Clement and back to Morton. Morton pulls up, wants to shoot a 3, no good. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Saved by Zajax. He gets it right back and over to Lawson. Lawson, who played quarterback for the Raiders. Outstanding football team this past year. Into Marcus Might. And back over to Lawson.
2-3 zone.
Over to Zajax. Unusual to see both teams playing zone, George?
Well, you know, in a game like this, I think it depends upon what you feel the strengths and weaknesses of the other team are. I think they'd like to play man, but they can't guard Morton, and Butler seems to be a zone team all year.
Behringer with it, and then an errant pass and taken by Morton. Quickly up court, nice pass to Patton, layup good.
Way to fill the lane by Patton, nice look by Morton.
Such an outstanding passer is Morton. 5-3, Butler with the lead. 5-2, I should say. Zajax. Off his fingertips, he saves it. Drives into the lane, layup, good.
Too easy.
And he's fouled.
You know, the idea of the zone, Eddie, is to keep it tight in there and not give up a drive to the basket. You shouldn't see too many drives like that against the 2-3 zone.
Foul on Scribner. And Zajax with a chance to an old-fashioned 3, and he misses. Rebound, Morton. 5-4 Butler. Early here in the first period of play. 5:30 to go. Morton kicks it out to the corner to Carney. Pulls up, shoots a 3,
nice
and nails it. His second tray of the game. 8-4 Butler.
Good looking shot, Eddie.
Freshman guard. Moved in from North Allegheny.
Butler extending that zone a little bit.
Back to Lawson, top of the key. Down in the corner. 3-point attempt, and all net by Trey Behringer, who has 5, and it's an 8-7 game.
Set shots. Defense not covering. When you guys shoot set shots, that tells you defense.
Morton pulls up, jumper off the front of the rim. Karam taken by Lawson. Over to Sajaks. He brings it across midcourt. 8-7. Butler with the 1-point lead. Alley-oop underneath Mason Bush. His layup, shot blocked. Gets a rebound, puts it back up. No good. Marcus Might with it. The big guy goes up and can't convert. Back to Marcus Might, and the big guy puts it in.
Not going to move
right?
him.
Oh, you're not going to move him.
No.
It's like he's ready to play for the Chiefs this Sunday.
He's big enough.
Into Patton.
Bad foul.
And a little bump there. They're going to call it on Marcus Might.
Yeah. You noticed the last time Seneca got Might out of the high post and down low where he could do some damage.
Right, and this has been a problem for Butler. The other team's offensive rebounds. And Butler not limiting them to one shot.
No, they have 2 putbacks already.
9-8 Raiders. Here's Patton for 3 off the front of the rim. Karam
look
taken over to Behringer. And his pass blocked by Patton and then taken by Sajaks. And we have a foul called at midcourt. All depends who's it going to go against. It's on Trey Behringer.
That could have gone either way. That was a loose ball.
Second team foul.
Number 24, Mason Montag.
Morton with the basketball. Seneca Valley with a 9-8 lead. Patton into the key. Back outside to Corney, who has a couple of trays. Back to Patton. And has the ball stripped away by Sajaks. Taken by Lawson. Sajaks quickly across court. Pumps it into the corner. 3-point attempt. No good. That was by Mason Bush. Morton with it. Down
Nice
underneath.
feed.
Kicked it back outside. Drive. And he misses the dunk. Does Ethan Morton. Rebound taken by Marcus Might. Mason Montag, 6'4", junior in the lineup for Butler. Trey Behringer drives quickly, kicks it back outside. Bush with it. He finds an opening, drives through, and lays it in.
Not good for Butler, driving through a 2-3 zone. Should not happen.
Mason Bush. Carney pulls up with a jumper middle lane. No good in a leaping putback by Patton for his first basket of the game.
Beautiful finish by Patton. Ill-advised shot there.
11-10, the Raiders here in this first quarter. 2:45 to go, and this one is heated up in a hurry. You know this is the rivalry, George. The way these two are going after one another, just what we expected. Sajaks, he finds an opening, drives down the lane. He misses a bunny. Taken by Morton, kicks it over on the right side. Maddox Clement, back to Montag, over to Morton, to Patton. Wants to shoot a 3, no good. Rebound. Taken by Marcus Might.
Butler one and done, Eddie. One shot and done.
There's just no one in there to get a rebound, an offensive rebound. Here's Bush on a drive, and he's called for traveling. 11-10 to Raiders. 2:13 to go here in the first.
I was surprised that Seneca Valley is finding it so easy to get to the basket down there. They've had 3 drives.
And we thought this might be a problem with their 2 big guys inside, Sajak, 6'4", and 6'7", Marcus Might.
Yeah, but I didn't expect drives.
Didn't expect drives through the zone.
No.
Right. Morton with it at the 2-minute mark. Into Patton, back to Morton.
Nice
Kicks
pass.
it down underneath, and a layup by Mason Montag. 12-11, Butler with a 1-point lead. Sajaks. And a loose basketball underneath, scramble for it. Last touch by Butler, Seneca Valley basketball. One thing about Gabe Lawson, he throws his body recklessly all over the court.
Yep, you love it. Coming back.
Trey Roselle in the lineup for the Raiders. Sajaks out to Bush, to Lawson. Back over to Bush. In the middle, turnaround jumper. No good on that shot. Rebound by Morton. That attempt by Brendan Koken. And a pass tipped away. Back over to Montag, back to Ethan Morton. Morton fires underneath.
Nice pass.
And a nice shot and a lay-in by Mason Montag. Morton may not be scoring, but his passing is brilliant.
It is outstanding.
3-point lead for the Tornado, 14-11, a minute to go here in the first. Roselle down low, kick back outside off the side of the glass on an errant pass by the Raiders. Morton with it. He's going to drive, take it to the hoop, misses a layup, and a putback right there by Patton.
Nice job by Patton getting to that O-glass. Nice work.
Patton with 6. And Butler with a 6-0 run on the Raiders. Back outside, here's a drive by Lawson, and he lays it in down the lane, and he's fouled. The Raiders are just hurting Butler in their drives down through the paint, George.
That's 4 of them. Just absolute one-footed layup.
And I would say last week in the Pine Richland game that the Rams probably had 12 or 13 layups in the game.
And it wasn't man-to-man. They were driving against
it was
the zone.
16-13, Lawson with the basket of the game. He goes to the line. And he makes it. 16-14. Butler with a 2-point lead and 34 seconds to go here in the first period.
Morton just looks right over this trap, like just backs it up. Look.
George, I'm not sure who had that foul for Butler. That sent Lawson to the line. Morton holding on.
Playing for one.
You have mismatch. You have a 5'10" guard on 6'5" Morton. Butler spread out. Morton nearly has the ball taken away in the corner to Montag. Pulls up, and he nails a three.
Nice shot.
So how about Mason Montag off the bench with 7 points. He cans a tray here at the buzzer. That's the end of one quarter of play with the score, Butler 19 and Seneca Valley 14. What are you seeing, George?
Well, I've seen some great passes by Morton. He's yet to score, but the attention that you have to put on him opens other guys. And I'm seeing Vinnie Johnson, the microwave for Montag. My goodness. What do you have, 8 points?
Montag came off the bench for 7, and then you had a pair of trays by Carney for
Carney's
6.
doing a nice job
and then Patton with some great second effort.
Yeah.
He has 6.
Yeah, anytime they're paying attention like that to one guy, the O boards are available. If Butler decides to run to the O board, they can do some damage. And down on the defensive end, Butler's going to have to tidy up that zone. There's no reason for 4 one-footed layups against the zone.
Well, this has been a problem all year long in a lot of the games. Even though they're playing the zone, that the same thing that McDowell hurt them in that 75-72 loss. McDowell got a lot of bunnies inside.
Yeah, I was talking to Matt and Jimmy before the game, and they were saying now they expect to give up a few more points because they play at a really fast pace, but I don't think they'd be happy with 4 actual layups.
Now, the only thing you would expect more of Seneca Valley cutting and driving inside a lot and copying what Pine did against Butler last week.
And another thing, too, for this defense, if you're Seneca and Butler's hurting you the way they are, you might want to bring it back.
All right, the Raiders will start off here in the second quarter. They're down by 5. And the inbound to Trey Behringer. Back to Behringer. Over to Sajax. Eludes a trap. Back to Behringer. Over to Sajax. Down underneath, he finds Bush open, and Bush is fouled. That foul will go on Montag.
Good call. It was a good call.
Third team foul on Butler. So Bush to the line to shoot 2. He has 2 in the game. The average is over 20 a game. Makes the first one.
Nice looking foul shot. Good backspin.
Yeah, George, right away, Coach Kevin Trost in his first year wasted no time going inside.
Oh, no, that's where his bread and butter is. See, he likes to give Mite a little blow every couple minutes. He's a big kid.
Bush makes them both, 19-16. Butler with the 3-point lead early here in the second quarter. Patton with it. Out to Maddox Clement, wants to launch a three. High off the rim and on top of the glass. It will be Seneca Valley basketball. Koken, the 6'2 senior, to inbound it for the Raiders.
One 3-1, Butler extended.
Over to Sajax.
Watch the diagonal.
Back to Koken. Sajax. Over to Koken. The Raiders moving the ball in the corner. Bush, three, no good. Rebound. Taken by Morton. Brings it across midcourt. Over to Patton. Kicks it outside. Maddox Clement for three, no go. Tipped away, taken by Patton. Back underneath and off the hand, last touch by the Raiders, Brendan Koken.
Good hustle, both teams. Get on the floor for the ball.
Morton inbound it for Butler. Gets out in the corner. Clement with a three-point attempt. Looked like he was knocked down. No foul called. Morton on the rebound to Patton. No good. Tipped away. And we get a foul called underneath. That will go against Butler, coming up over the back
Good call.
of a Raider. And that one will go against Cranebucker. His first 14 foul on the Tornado. Gabe Lawson back in the lineup for the Raiders. He replaces Koken.
1-3-1 extended, Eddie. Split it, down diagonal down is where the action is.
You always expect a tough game against the Raiders. And when these two hook up, it's always a tough physical game. Sajax for three, in and out, tipped away. Rebound taken by Patton. Weaves his way up court, pass underneath Cranebucker. Can't make it the finish.
Good hustle.
Back outside to Morton. Morton takes it around, pulls up, shoots a jumper, and good. Give him two. His first basket of the game.
Yeah, good looking shot. He's not forced to get anything. He's very, very confident and competent.
21-16, Butler with the 5-point lead. Just under 6 to play here in the first half. Lawson back over to Sajax. Over in the corner. Drive, shot, foul. Bush goes right down the baseline, and he's fouled again. He'll go to the line.
Bush is aggressive. You need to be aggressive in there. There's a lot of open space, Eddie. A lot of open space.
The foul on Mason Montag, his second. 15 foul on Butler. Bush at the line. He has 4 points in the game. Misses the first. Devin Carney back in the lineup for Butler, replacing Montag.
Montag has 2 fouls. That may have been where your one foul went.
Great first quarter for him, 7 points.
He did well. Carney with 2.
And
nice
there,
free balls.
unusual miss there. Both misses by Bush. Rebound taken by Morton. 21-16, Butler, 5:40 to go here in the first half of play.
Butler with
over to
Morton
Patton. Morton in the middle of the paint, drives,
brilliant.
and he's hit by the big man.
Perfect.
That's
is
when you
good
say
strategy.
big man, it's only one guy. It's Marcus Smite. He picks up his second foul. 13 foul.
To get Morton in the middle of that zone is great strategy.
Morton at the line. He has 2 in the game. He's been maybe the, I don't know if there's a better foul shooter.
Now you put the Maloose on him.
Now, George, that is very unusual for that kid to miss a foul shot.
And it was halfway in. It wasn't like he missed by much.
Makes a second one. Give Butler the 6-point lead. Lawson quickly across midcourt for the Raiders. Sajax with it. Over to Bush. Back to Sajax. Has Butler changed the middle of their defense, George, that the Raiders aren't driving? But there goes
right
Sajax. He drives. He's called for a charge. And that will be his first foul. 14th foul on the Raiders. Did Butler have their feet?
That was good.
It was a good call?
Yeah, it was a good call. You have to be careful when you leave your feet in there, Ed. There's no dot like there is in college.
22-16. Butler with the lead. 5:05 to go here in the first half. Devin Carney with it to Patton. Back to Carney. Wants to shoot a three. No good. Rebound taken by Mason Bush. Over to Sajax. Back to Bush. To Sajax. He wants to shoot a three. No good. Tipped away. And there's Morton doing a great job on another rebound. Nearly has the ball stolen. Weaves his way through. Now he does lose it. No, he gets it back. Gives it to Patton for the layup.
Nice play.
8 in the game for the 6'4 junior. And a timeout now taken.
Seneca Valley.
Seneca Valley with a full timeout.
You need a little breather there. Slow it down.
24-16 Butler on a 5-0 run here in this second quarter. And Raiders have only scored 2.
You know, Ed, there's a way to play against the zone, like the Seneca Valley guards. Say there's a shooter in your corner, you could take the ball and dribble it to the other way and bring it back to them. There's some things they can do individually, despite where they are on the court, you know, as far as where the coach has their position, and they're not doing it.
You go back to what they were doing before with Bush and Sajax driving down the lane.
Oh, it's nice if you could do it. They had Might in the high post early, then they put him down low later.
So that was an adjustment made by Butler?
And I just think, no, I think Butler's greatest adjustment was putting Morton in the high post.
Right.
Because now what's going to happen, they're going to contract, and then their quarter shots. Carney's going to get shots. Clement's going to get shots. Now can they make them? That's all they have to do. The shots are there.
4:40 to go here in the first half of play. Butler up 24-16 over Seneca Valley. Ed Cody and the Swami George Abraham. The Raiders will inbound. Raiders without a field goal in this second quarter. Just 2 foul shots made by Lawson.
4 minutes, that's not good.
Or check that by Bush with 2 foul shots.
1-3-1.
Lawson with it. Back over to Behringer. Back to Lawson. He drives. Kicks it back outside Behringer. Weaves through, jumps through, misses a layup, tipped away, taken by Morton again. Morton with about 4 or 5 defensive rebounds. Maddox Clement pulls up for a 3, no good. Rebound taken by Lawson. Over to Sajax.
There you go.
There's a 3-point from the corner. All net on a sizzler by Mason Bush.
Good feed. That was nice basketball.
7 in the game for the 6'2 junior guard. 24-19. Clement pulls up. He wants to shoot a 3, and he finally nails one. 27-19. Butler 8-point lead. Sajax with it. Behringer for 3 from the corner. No good. Tipped away. Put back. No good by Bush, and taken over by Ethan Morton. Fires underneath.
Nice
the Cranebucker
nice
for the
pass.
layup.
Nice.
Oh, what a great job of passing. A clinic put on here in this first half by Morton. I think that's his 4th assist
terrific.
or 5th.
But I'll tell you what,
outstanding.
Nice finish by Cranebucker also. Young kid.
A 6'4 freshman.
Nice job. Use the left hand. That was nice.
Butler now with a double-digit lead, 29-19. Lawson with it, brings it across midcourt. 3:10 to play here in the first half. Sajax. And we get a foul called away from the ball.
Moving screen.
Foul on play number 1, Trey Roselle.
Number 1.
That's on Trey Roselle.
Oh,
both teams with 5 team fouls. There's a loose basketball taken by Roselle. Over to Bush. In the middle to Sajax. To Roselle, back to Sajax. Bush with it. Back to Sajax. Over in the corner to Roselle. Underneath to Lawson. Roselle kicks it back out to Lawson to Sajax. He drives. And his shot blocked by Morton. Morton with it. Down the court. In the corner to Carney. He drives baseline and has the ball knocked away from him by Roselle. And I'm going to say it went off of Carney's leg.
I couldn't tell.
29-19, Butler with a 10-point lead, 2:22 to go here in the first half. The Raiders just cold shooting here in this second quarter. There's nothing really from the outside.
They're not really moving the ball and getting it to the shooter's head.
Not like they did. Now there's another turnover by them. Here's Morton, drives, layup. No, yes, it is good. 5 in the game for Morton. Butler with a 12-point lead, 31-19. And another timeout taken by Seneca Valley. Butler outscoring the Raiders in this quarter, 12-5.
Yeah, that's Seneca not doing a good job of getting the ball to their shooters. They're not moving.
One field goal in this quarter. The shooting is really going cold for them. And for whatever reason, they've had some nice drives. They can't finish off. Morton's had a couple of blocks. He's done a great job on the defensive rebounding part, and then his passing has been a clinic.
It's a great passer, no question about it. Clement's going to get hot. They keep letting him shoot this corner shot here. They're going to pay for it. The thing that Seneca's not doing is putting something on, like moving their hands. They'll throw the ball and they have a shooter open at the corner end, but they throw it from their waist, and by the time the thing lands, the guy's covered.
Is it safe to say, is Morton one of those guards you could say he could be the shooting guard or the point guard
Without
in college?
I've not seen that burst, but he hasn't really needed because he's faster than all these guys that he plays against. He could play one or two easily.
1:50 to go here in the first half. Butler up 31-19. Raiders with the basketball. Marcus Might with it. Takes it back out to Sajax. Down underneath.
Nice pass.
Lawson, reverse layup. It's good, and he's fouled.
Nice pass.
Well, you see, Coach called the timeout. They went back to getting the ball inside.
Oh, you want to get that ball between the levels of the zone, Eddie. That's the idea.
Foul on Scribner, his second. It will send Lawson to the line. He has 4 in the game. 1 for 1 from the foul line. And he makes it. 31-22. Butler with the 9-point lead. 1:30 to go here in the first half. Morton with it. Over to Patton. Lobs it back to Morton. Turns, twists, backs off, shoots. No good. Rebound taken by the Raiders. Brendan Koken. Sajax. Over in the corner to Bush. Back to Sajax. Into Lawson. To Bush for 3. All net.
That'll get you back in a hurry, Eddie.
Where's the one guy you don't want to get hot? 8 this quarter for Mason Bush. He has 10 in the game. 3-point attempt by Clement, no good. Rebound taken by Sajax. 31-25. Butler with the 6-point lead. Bush with it. Looked off a 3. Good defense by Butler in the rotation.
Nice pass.
In the corner. Back outside in the corner to Bush. He wants to shoot another 3. No good. Tipped away. And guess who gets a rebound? Morton. He has gotten all of Butler's defensive rebound. There's a drive. No, we get it caught, and the Seneca Valley bench is outraged in what they thought was a charging foul and not a blocking foul on them. George?
Yeah, it's close. I couldn't argue with it without replay. I'll tell you right now, it was very close.
A foul on Koken, his first. That's going to send Morton to the line to shoot 2. He has 5 in the game, 1 for 2 from the line. 31-25. Butler with the 6-point lead with 32.2 seconds to go here in the first half. All net.
Boy, they don't hit a thing, do they, Ed? They don't hit a thing. Just the net, right through.
Yes.
No rim, no nothing.
I'm not saying a word.
Oh, yeah, but that was halfway down.
Yeah.
You didn't really jinx him because it was halfway in.
Marcus Mike checks back in the lineup for the Raiders. He replaces Koken to get a little more size in here in these final 30 seconds. Morton at the line, and he makes them both. 7 points in the game for the 6'5 junior. Butler up by 8, 33-25, 27 seconds to go. Sajak pulls it back, 3-point shot. No!
You see the difference, Eddie, when you penetrate and kick?
The rotation.
Yes.
11 points this quarter for Bush. He has 13 in the game. 33-28. Butler at one point with a 12-point lead, but the Raiders have cut into it. Patton with it. Middle lane, kicks it back outside Carney. Wants to shoot a three. No good. Tipped away. Put back by Patton. No good. That's the end of the first half of play with the score. Butler 33 and Seneca Valley 28. A surge there late in that quarter by the Raiders after being down 31-19, George. How about that, the way they stormed back, outscoring Butler 9-2 there down the final minutes.
Made a difference. They started moving the ball a little better, penetrating and kicking. Those three balls are always better off of penetration, Ed, or an inside out.
Well, we have a good one here, 33-28. Butler with a 5-point lead at the half. We'll take a break and be back with second half action.
What's on tonight?
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action in communities all around the world. Together, we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved at Rotary.org.
Back here at halftime at Seneca Valley High School, it is Butler 33, the Raiders 28. At one point, it looked like Butler was going to rip this game wide open, taking a 31-19 lead, but then the Raiders closed with a surge 9-2 run to trail only by 5 at the half, and that was spearheaded by Mason Bush, who hit 3 trays in that second quarter, and he has 13 points for the Raiders in the first half, 6 for Lawson, 2 for Sajak, 2 for Marcus Might, who also has 2 fouls, and 5 for Trey Behringer. For Butler, Ethan Morton with 7 points. He's done an outstanding job, though, getting defensive rebounds for Butler. Luke Patton with 8, 6 for Carney, 3 for Maddox Clement, 2 for Charles Cranebucker, and 7 for Mason Montag. George, what do you look for here in the second half? It seems like the Raiders went back to driving inside and then kicking it outside to Mason Bush when he got hot.
More of the same. I think they're going to have to penetrate and kick like they did and try to get to that basket. There are opportunities there to get to the basket that I didn't expect to see against the zone.
All right, Butler will have it. Morton over to Patton. Patton, Clement, Morton, Carney, and Scribner. And there's Maddox Clement. Nails the tray.
That didn't take long.
Butler lives and dies by three-point shooting. Three-point attempt by Bush, no good. Morton with it. Picks it back up, kicks it down the left sideline, reverse layup, no good. Rebound by Morton and a putback. And just like that, Butler jumps back out to a 10-point lead, 38-28.
They score points in a hurry, Butler does.
Behringer with it. Back outside to Lawson. He drives, kicks it out to Behringer for 3. In and out, tipped away, rebound. Lost by Butler, picked up by Bush, and he nails a 3.
Nice 3 ball by Bush, good strong hands.
4 straight trays for the 6'2 junior guard, who now has 16 in the game. Morton with Butler. Patton kicks it back outside to Scribner. Clement with another long arching tray, and he nails it.
That was deep.
George, it's just the way Butler plays. They're going to live and die with these three-point attempts.
Boy, that was deep.
Butler back up by 10, 41-31. Bush back outside Lawson for 3, no good. Rebound taken by Bush, and Morton called for the foul. Yeah, that will be his first.
That was the kind of rebound. You want to grab that. You don't want to try to tip that in. Referee bailed him out.
So it will send Bush to the line to shoot 2. He's 2 for 4 from the line.
No, out of bounds.
No, they're not. They're going to call it out of bounds, and it will be the Raiders' ball. Sajak's the inbound it. Into Mike. Over to Behringer, to Lawson.
No.
Back over to Bush. He brings it back outside. Over to Marcus Mike. Back to Sajak's. To Mike. He wants to turn around with a jumper. No good. Rebound again, Morton. I think Morton has gotten just about every Butler defensive rebound, George.
Yes, he does. He's very strong in there.
He's with it. Backs outside. Kicks it over to Scribner. Back to Morton. Left alone with a jumper. No good. Rebound taken by Sajak. Quickly up court to Bush. Has a drive to the lane. The layup is good.
Nice take. Nice take.
18 in the game for the 6'2 junior. Butler up 41-33. 5:40 to go. There's Clement with another three. And he nails it again. He's on fire. Back to back trays for Maddox Clement in this quarter.
Big difference from the first half.
Yeah.
He's hitting everything.
Baseline drive, ball kicked away. Stolen by the Raiders. Sajak's over to Bush.
Nice pass.
Down under the Marcus Mike. He lays it in.
Good
His
feed.
second field goal of the game.
Good feed by
44-35.
Zajac. That was nice.
Just love the way these two teams go after one another. There's Morton. Oh, what a beautiful pass underneath and a lay-in by Patton.
Good finish. Nice pass.
When you're playing with Morton, you have to keep your eyes open. There's a drive down the lane.
No, you'll wear it.
Yeah, right, you will. Jumper by Bush. Oh, my God, he is on fire. 20 in the game for the 6'2 junior. He hits his average. Morton whips a pass underneath, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Patton.
See, the struggle with Butler is the way he throws the ball. He is so basketball savvy that the others have to be ready.
They have to be ready, or they're usually sometimes a step back. There's a steal by Clement.
Yes.
And he lays it in. Clement has had a great third quarter for the Tornado. 11 points.
3 minutes.
Butler with a 10-point lead again. Mike in the corner to Lawson. He drives. Left-handed shot, no good. Rebound taken by Behringer to Sajax for 3. No good. Taken by Morton again. Clement for another 3. No! Good night, Irene. What did they feed him at halftime?
Oh, my goodness.
4 straight trays in this quarter for Clement. 14 points in this quarter. What a performance by Maddox Clement.
4 minutes. It's half over. He's got another half of a quarter. Holy man.
They just find him open and he launches them.
Oh, the one was a steal. He was playing in the middle of the zone. He juked them and got a layup.
George, when they're hot hitting those threes, they're a hard team to beat.
Without a doubt. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Opens up the biggest lead of the game for Butler, 51-38. With 4 minutes to go in this third period of play.
My goodness, that's about as fast as I've
Sizzling.
seen someone score 14 points. You know, it's not like he has the ball all the time. He doesn't.
No, he was cold in the first half. He had 1 tray. Now he has 17 points in the game.
Wow.
And now it's turned into the Bush-Clement battle. They are exchanging field goals. What do you say when you have a kid like that hot?
Give him the
Feed
ball.
him.
Oh, yeah.
Feed him.
Give that boy the ball.
You feed the Cookie Monster. Give him the ball. Dunn credit him with a great defensive move on a steal and a layup also. Butler with a 13-point lead. The Raiders been down before by 12 and stormed right back. Don't count them out yet. Sajax over to Lawson. Back to Lawson, to Sajax. He drives middle lane, kicks it over here in a corner. Back outside. Lawson drive,
Nice
underneath, lay in by Sajax.
Nice feed by Lawson. Real nice.
51-40, Butler with the lead. Morton with the basketball. Step, hop, and we get a foul call.
He's pretty hard to stay in front of, Ed.
Yeah, he's quick. 3:38. Foul on Lawson. That's his first. Second team foul this half. Outside to Patton. Almost loses it. Back over to Morton. Drives against the big guy. Off balance shot. No good. Tipped away. We get a foul called underneath.
Yeah, foul.
Let's see who it's on.
Foul on play with number 24, Mason Montag.
Foul on Montag. That is his third. Second team foul, Butler. 51-40. Butler with the 11-point lead. 3:20 to go here. And there's Clement disrupting everything, getting his hands on the ball, and another steal from Maddox Clement. Morton with it. Drives,
nice
drops
pass.
it underneath to Patton. He misses a bunny, puts it back, and it's good.
Nice foul by Patton.
12 in the game for Patton. Butler now with a 13-point lead again. 53-40. 3:06 to go. Timeout, Butler. Full timeout taken by the Tornado.
Cranebucker in, Eddie. Cranebucker's coming in.
What's that?
Cranebucker's coming in. They substituted at the dead ball. Really impressive third quarter for the Tornado. Picking up the pace and three
Clement
balls.
Just
Ooh.
got hot at the right time, right when the Raiders were feeling confident about how they were playing, down by 5, 33-28, and then Clement led them up. 2 key steals by him also led to baskets for Butler, plus the 14 points he's poured in, and I mean poured in, with 4 straight trays, and then a steal and a layup for another 2. 14 in this quarter.
Oh, my goodness. What an onslaught. It happened quickly. There were 4 minutes left, and he had 14 points.
Yeah, what a surge by Butler. This is what Butler does. They score points in bunches. They've scored 20 so far in this third quarter, 14 of them by Maddox Clement. We have 3:06 to go. Butler up by 13, 53-40. This being the last game of the first half of section play. Butler 3-1, trailing Pine 4-0, and Seneca Valley and North Allegheny tied for third at 2-2. Lawson, the inbounder for the Raiders. Lawson, Bush, Sajax, Roselle, and Marcus Mike. For Butler, Patton, Carney, Clement, Cranebucker, and Morton. Butler pressing now. Trap it midcourt.
Not going to get it over.
Sajax with it in a quarter. Bush, 3, no good. Follows his shot, gets it, and he's fouled.
Foul on play with number 20, Luke Patton.
Foul on Patton. That will be his second. Third team foul on Butler. Sajax, the inbound it.
Got Mike. Mike, he was shaping up to get an inbounds, and he, when he bumps you, you move.
That's his third foul.
Yes.
And third team foul on the Raiders in this half. Morton with the basketball. Butler with the 13-point lead. 2:35 to go here in this third quarter of play.
They're man-to-man now.
Lawson on Morton, pulls up, wants to shoot a tray, and he nails it just like that. Smooth and easy. 16-point lead now for Butler.
2-pointer, Eddie.
56-40. I give it 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's correct that. Let's make it 2. And it makes it 55-40. Butler with the lead. Butler now pressing, something you usually don't see. Rosewell with it for the Raiders. Lawson drives, and his shot blocked by Morton. So Morton tonight so far with about a half dozen assists, 8 or 9 rebounds, 2 blocks.
Oh, yeah, whole game, all around.
And 11 points. Morton with it. Quick transition, weaves through, kicks it back outside. Clement for 3. Good night. Good night. 7 3-pointers in the game for Maddox Clement. Rosewell with a drive, and it drops in.
Trouble is, you can't trade if you're Seneca, Eddie. You
No,
can't trade.
you can't. I don't know that they've done anything wrong defensively except for the Clement has just been hot from the outside. There's a drive by Carney, no good. Tip Morton, no good. Rebound taken by Marcus Might. Over to Lawson. 58-42, Butler with a 16-point lead with 1:20 to go here in the third. Sajak pulls up, jumper, no good, tipped away. Guess who gets a rebound? Morton again. Has to be double figures rebound. Clement for another three. Oh, he misses. Tipped by Morton, no good. Rebound Raiders. Outlet to Roselle. Over to Bush. He's going to drive to the basket.
Ooh, nice
no
take.
good, and he's fouled.
Nice take by Bush. Real nice take.
Foul on the play, number 20, Luke Patton.
That foul on Patton, that'll be his third. Fourth team foul on Butler.
At the line shooting 2, number 21, Mason Bush.
Bush at the line. He has 20 in the game.
And the game to Seneca line, number 13, Trey Behringer. Number 14.
That's the only thing he's done wrong tonight. 2 for 5 from the foul line.
Isaiah Scribner.
Isaiah Scribner checks in the lineup for Butler. It's Scribner, Kranebacher, Clement, Carney, and Morton. Bush, second shot. He nails it.
Bush makes 1 and 2.
21, just over his average of 20 plus. Final minute here of the third quarter. Butler up by 15, 58-43. What a hot third quarter of shooting by Maddox Clement, who's hit 5 trays in this quarter, plus a steal for a layup.
They're playing for 1 here.
Morton pulls it back up. Drive off balance shot, no good. Tipped away, rebound by the Raiders. Over to
Go.
Bush. 25 seconds, he has time. Slows it down. Over to Koken. Back to Sajaks. And back to Bush. 12 seconds. Koken with it. Baseline drive over to Marcus Might. Back to Sajaks for 3, and he nails it.
Sajaks for 3.
That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score. Butler 58 and Seneca Valley 46. Butler in that
25
quarter
points.
with 25 points, 17 of them coming from Maddox Clement.
My, oh my.
Not a bad quarter for the
No.
Raiders. They had 18.
Yeah, but you got to stop the other team. The thing that Seneca, they're in nice spots as far as attacking this Butler, extension, but they don't move any hands and they throw the ball from their waist. And what happens? That ball takes so long to get there that even when the shooter appeared open, by the time he actually gets the ball, the defense can recover.
Well, look at the scoring at the end of 3. 11 for Morton, 12 for Patton, 6 for Carney, 20 for Clement, 2 for Kranebacher, 7 for Mason Montag, and for the Raiders, Mason Bush with 21, 6 for Lawson, 7 for Sajaks, 2 for Marcus Might, 5 for Trey Behringer, and 2 for Roselle.
Seneca has the ball. They need they need to get
Yes.
a hoop right away, get this thing under double digits, and go from there.
At a time when they were closing the gap, but Clement just got hot, red hot. Reminds me, I know he did a game on the radio when his dad was playing, when Matt was playing down at Ambridge. He played for Jula, and he had 8 3-pointers in the game. Would have had more, but they built such a big lead. Jula took him out in the fourth quarter.
Well, this kid, he gets hot in a hurry. My goodness.
But don't count the Raiders out. They've been down by double digits in this game a couple of times, and they've come storming back. They have it to start the fourth quarter. Sajaks with it. It's been a hard-nosed, physical game. Behringer with a drive, and he gets it in.
Getting the ball in the middle of that pressure and right to the hole. Very nice.
58-48, Butler with a 10-point lead as we start this fourth quarter of play. Head coaching the Swami, George Abraham. Morton's going to drive, finds an opening, bumps into Marcus Might, and they're calling Might for a block. That'll be his fourth foul.
That's an issue this early.
At the line, shooting 2, number 25, Ethan Morton.
So they're going to say that Morton was in the act of shooting, so he goes to the line to shoot 2. 11 points for the 6'5" junior guard. Makes the first one.
That's how clever he is. He'll draw the contact,
right,
and then he'll shoot the ball and force the ref to give him 2 shots. He's very, very, very savvy.
He's 5 for 6 from the line, 13 in the game. Butler with a 12-point lead, 60-48. We'll be back on the air in a couple of weeks for a real good girls game when Freeport travels to North Catholic. Number 5 against number 1. Behringer for 3. No good. Tipped away. Taken by Scribner. Someone other than Morton on a defensive rebound. Morton with it. Weaves his way back outside. Fires cross court. Kranebucker for 3. No good. Rebound taken by Mason Bush. Check that was Montag on a 3-point attempt. Bush with it. Back outside to Marcus Mite, who has 4 fouls. Turn around, middle lane, jumper by Sajax. No good. Morton with another rebound. I know he's double figures on defensive rebounds. Down into the lane, jumps, bumps off the gut. And what are they calling this
offensive
foul? They calling an offensive foul on Morton, or has Marcus Mite fouled out?
No.
It's on Morton. That'll be his second. 15 foul on Butler. 6:43 to go. 60-48. Butler with a 12-point lead. Lots of time.
Oh, no issue at all.
Koken and Sajax, they bring it up across midcourt. In the middle to Bush, back to Koken. Down in the corner, Marcus Mite in the Bush, drives and he's fouled. Fouled across the wrist. I think it was on Scribner. It's on Scribner. If it's Montag, it's his 4th. It's on Montag. That's his 4th. 16 foul.
Butler with a deeper bench of foul trouble, I don't think hurts them.
Bush makes the first one. 22 in the game for the 6'2" junior guard. Patton back in the lineup for Butler, replacing Montag, who sits down with 4 fouls. But they say, George, a lot of time left. You have to get it under double digits, and then you got a game.
Without a doubt, yeah.
23 now for Bush, a leading scorer in the game. Morton brings it across midcourt for Butler. They lead by 10, 6:15 to go. Lob into Patton. Kicks it back outside Carney. Pulls up, middle of the lane, with a jumper, and he
nice
gets
pull-up.
8 points in the game for the 6-foot freshman.
That was a great pull-up.
One of 2 freshmen playing tonight for Butler, along with Charles Kranebucker. Marcus Mite. Bush, jumper, no good. Tipped away, taken by Morton again. I'm going to say at least 12, 13 rebounds he has defensively for the Tornado.
His timing is perfect, and his hands are really strong. He has strong hands. When it's 2 guys, he gets it.
He's fouled. That foul goes on Koken, his second. 4th team foul on the Raiders. 62-50. Butler with the lead.
No, that's 6 fouls. One more. Oh, no, 6-4.
6-4.
They're in the bonus.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Clement for 3. Air ball this time.
Look up. There
Quick pass up court. Bush drives, layup. Good.
Nice hesitation by Bush. Very nice.
25 in the game for the 6'2" junior. 10-point Butler lead, 62-52 with 5:20 to go here in the third. And now a push by Bush on Morton. Bush can give a foul. That's his first. That's a 15 foul on the Raiders. Butler with 6. Patton the inbound for Butler. It's Patton, Morton, Clement, Carney, and Scribner. Behringer, Koken, Mite, Sajax, and Bush for the Raiders. Morton will pop it back outside. He wants to drive, and now we get the foul. How about that mismatch? That foul on Behringer, 5'10", trying to guard 6'5". Ethan Morton. Behringer's second. 16 foul now on the Raiders. Morton wants to drive right by Koken. Kicks it in the corner. Carney, he drives, kicks it out over to Clement. His pass blocked by Bush. Carney from the corner, and he throws it in.
Nice shot. I like that kid. He has had a nice game. He can shoot going left shoulder.
11 in the game for the 6-foot freshman.
How many ninth graders you see can shoot going left shoulder? Not many.
65-52. Butler with a 13-point lead. Sajax goes to the line. That's a 17th foul on Butler. That's a first foul on Clement. Makes the first one, does Sajax. He has 8 in the game. Misses the second one, and Morton with the rebound. They call that foul on Bush. That will be his second, and it'll be the bonus.
Boy, he really knows how to play, Ed.
Yes.
Really knows how
savvy,
to play.
smart, tough.
Yeah.
And a night when he's only scored 13 points, forget about it. 12, 14 rebounds, half dozen assists, 2 blocks. George, without him, Butler has no rebounding without Morton.
No.
He makes
them all. He gets them all down there.
Yes. This may be the first game in a long time that Butler has not been out-rebounded. And all due to Morton. He makes them both. 15 in the game.
That's 5 on Might if they got him.
Another foul on Marcus Might.
If they got him, it's
Butler up by 13, 66-53, 4-4-4 remaining in the game. The officials talking this over. I didn't see it. A far end of the court away from us.
Yep. It's 5.
It is. That's number 5 for the big guy. He will foul out. Clement at the line. So Marcus Might, he will foul out with 4 points.
Oh,
miss rebound.
He's too good of a shooter to miss
taken
like
by
that.
Bush. 67-53. Butler with a 14-point lead. Now foul called on Scribner. No, is that a timeout?
Timeout, Seneca Valley.
All right, timeout, Seneca Valley. Thought they called Scribner on a foul. Butler with a 14-point lead. 4:31 remaining here in the ball game.
Butler on an 80 pace again. 80. They're going to be around 80, 82, 85.
They average 74 a game.
Depends what he can't clear the bench. 14 is too close.
Butler off this Friday. Next week they start section play. I believe they're down at North Allegheny.
Never an easy game.
Never an easy game, and the Tigers of late playing much better basketball.
Yeah, I wouldn't think going down there would be easy, but you have the trump card every game.
Well, if they beat North Hills tonight, and they should, they'd be 3-2, and they'll be 1 game behind Butler, 4-1.
I want to see Butler Pine. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, you look at the score, you think it's been an easy game for
No.
Butler. It has not been. They've had a fight for this. And that real hot third quarter by Maddox Clement, who put on an exhibition of shooting with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trays.
Wow.
Raiders with the basketball. 4:20 to go here in the game. They're down by 14. Sajax for 3. No good. Tipped away. Tipped over. Taken by Carney. To Patton. Back to Carney. Pulls up. He wants to shoot a tray. He nails it.
Boy, I'll tell you, I like his game.
Looked around. No one to pass to. He puts in a tray. And Butler up 70-53 and the biggest lead of the game by 17. Drive to the basket by Lawson. It is good. He has 8 in the game. 15-point lead for Butler with 3:50 to go in the ball game.
He set his feet. They missed that.
Butler trying to finish this first half of section play 4-1. Pine Richland at Central Catholic tonight.
Who do you like in that game? Pine?
Central, yes. Central's 3-9 on the season.
Bad year.
Yes.
More bingo.
Timeout, 30-second timeout. Taken by Butler, 70-55. The Tornado with the 15-point lead.
Look for some layups by Butler. Seneca doing a lot of trapping. If they continue that, Butler will shoot layups.
Yeah, the story of this game, it was 33-28 at the half. The Raiders had finished with a 9-2 run. Looked like they were really in position with the momentum. And then momentum switched over to Maddox Clement, who buried 14 points in that third quarter, scoring 14 of Butler's 25 points.
I never saw an onslaught like that Clement did in 4 minutes there. I don't think I've seen 14 points by one guy that fast. My goodness.
I remember I remember the Clement night. I remember another night Troy Nunes was on fire for you.
Oh, he can
he hit about 5 or 6 trays in a row.
That boy can shoot.
3:43 to go. Butler up by 15. Patton on the inbound to Morton. We get a blocking foul called on Lawson. His second, 8th team foul. Morton at the line, 1-1. 15 in the game for Morton. Don't let that fool you. He's been a tower of strength off the glass.
Oh,
I'm going to say maybe 13, 14 rebounds. We know he's had 6 or 7 assists, 2 blocks, and he misses that foul shot. Rebound, the Raiders up court. Bush pulls up, shoots a tray, no good. Rebound. Back to Bush, over to Sajax. Cross-court pass into Bush, back outside Koken. Bush for 3 from the corner, and he nails it.
Nice basketball.
He is a terrific player, no question about it. He has 28 in the game, does Mason Bush.
Playing well. He's a junior, right?
And he gets a foul, his third. He's just a junior.
Yeah, nice play.
Lawson, a junior. Patton at the line, makes the first one.
First one's good.
13 in the game for Luke. Butler lead back up to 13. No quitting these Raiders. They've been down the double digits, and they just keep fighting back. And a miss there by Patton.
Patton's had a nice game, Ed. Very nice game.
Yes, Raiders have it. 3-10 in a corner. Koken looking for help. Back outside to Lawson. He drives down through the lane, off balance shot, and he's fouled. And that could go against Morton. That would be Ethan's third.
Foul on play number 33, Isaiah Scribner.
It's not, it's on Scribner. That's his third.
Poor Scribner, he was just standing there. He didn't do anything.
Yes.
He just happened to be standing there when the kid drove in and fouled.
8th team foul on Butler. Lawson
Nice
makes the first one.
Nice looking foul shot.
9 points in the game for the 6'2 junior. And make it 10. And the Raiders cut the Butler lead down to 11, 71-60. Morton trapped, finds an open Scribner. Cross court, over to Clement in the corner for 3, and he nails it.
Don't leave that.
Oh, my goodness. This might be a record number of trays for a Butler basketball player. He's going to tell his dad at the dinner table to move over. 3-point attempt by Bush, air ball, rebound by Patton. And a reach-in foul by Lawson. That's his third. 74-60 Butler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-pointers in this half by Maddox Clement. 7 in the game. He has 23 points.
First one's good.
Patton makes the first one.
Butler team is solid, Eddie. They're solid. They're long. They share the ball, and they have enough shooters that you can't concentrate on one guy.
Oh, is this going to be a rematch when Pine comes to Butler here in the second half? He makes them both, does Patton. He give Butler a 16-point lead, 76-60. And here's a steal by Patton. Kicks it back out to Carney. Off-balance shot, no good. Rebound, Morton. And he's raked across the top of his shoulders by Sajax. His second foul. Morton will go to line to shoot 2 with 2:24 to go, and Butler with a 16-point lead. Well, look at this game, and it just wasn't all Maddox, but I'll tell you what, he was microwaved there in the second half.
He really was.
Maddox the missile Clement.
No,
he was a missile.
No.
He was throwing down those darts,
14
long
points
arching
in 4
shots.
minutes. My goodness, Ed. When did you see that?
6 trays in the second half, 5 in the third quarter. Sizzling. I'll tell you what, you're going to go to the Butler Pine Richland game here, the second half coming up later this month, whatever it is. You better get there. Maybe you better get there by 4:30 or 5 o'clock, or you're not getting in. Butler seats 2,500. There'll be 2,500 there that night.
Without a doubt. The thing that keeps it from being too crazy is the other teams are playing also. If it were an off night, you couldn't get in there.
Yeah, it'll be packed. You'll have 2 tons of Butler people and a big crowd coming up from Pine. Every Butler Pine Richland game the last 4 years has been a near sellout, whether it's been at Butler or Pine.
No question. 2 fine
And they
teams.
have been terrific games. Terrific. While the Raiders down by 16, 2:24 to go here in the fourth. Clement, check that. Morton at the line. He has 15 in the game. 7 for 9 from the line.
Oh, that was bad.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's very unusual to say that he's missed 3 foul shots in the game. Makes the second one. 16. Butler with the 17-point lead. Second time they've had a 17-point lead. Beringer with it. Loses control, ricocheted over. Morton goes through the Raiders bench. I'm going to think it's going to be Seneca Valley basketball. Morton does everything, puts the chair back in place.
He did. He put the chair back. That was nice of him.
In case things don't work out for him, a custodial job
That's
may
right.
be in
He
line.
always has something to fall back on. Usher. No, he's just
He's a great
fantastic
kid, great
player.
attitude.
Yeah, he does.
You know what? He won't say, some stars might be disappointed that he scored 10 or 11 below their average. Not him with the game he's played tonight.
No, he's been all around outstanding.
Sajax over to Beringer. Backdoor leap and a layup. Oh, missed by Bush. You won't see him do that too often. And Morton was saying something to the official in the pass. Went right by him out of bounds.
He thought
that
it was Luke was trapped. And he could have gotten rid of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Inbound to Sajax. Minute 50 to go. Bush with it. Baseline drive. Kicks it back in the middle.
Nice
fake
ball
up.
fake.
And fouled is
That was nice.
Lawson. Fouled by Morton, his third. Ninth foul on Butler, and that will send Lawson to the line. He has 10 points in the game. He has 11 and a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. Makes them both.
Lawson makes them both.
Morton with the ball. We get a little acting there by Bush. They're going to call Bush with the foul or a technical on the coach. I'm not sure.
Foul.
Trost all over the official.
He's just too clever. You know
Yes.
what I mean? He's too clever. You're not going to. The further down the floor you grab him, unless you think you're going to wear him out, you're going to play 5-on-4 in the other end. That's the danger of doing that.
Foul on Koken. That's his third. Morton to the line. Morton 9 for 12 at the line tonight. He has 17 in the game. 6 points this quarter, all from the foul line. And he makes them both. 79-62, Butler with the 17-point lead. Lawson drives, layup, no good. Morton, George, I might be wrong. I got to be 15 or 16 rebounds for him.
At least. I'm saying you're being conservative. He gets every rebound out here.
The only other guy that's gotten a rebound, a defensive rebound for Butler, I think Patton, 1 or 2, and the Scribner got 1.
Yeah, I'd get him out of here at this one. No reason. Have him in. Let him make these fouls and get out.
Yep, I would agree. He's at the line. Minute 27 to go.
Oh, my
Misses the first one.
goodness.
And the game for Butler, number 3, Colby Anderson.
He's 10 for 14 at the line tonight. And his second shot is good.
And the game for Butler, number 12, Anthony Malloy.
19 in the game for Morton. 8 points this quarter, all from the foul line. Sajak's with it for the Raiders. They trail by 18, 80-62, with a minute 20 to go. 3-point attempt, no good. And a follow-up and a missed layup by Bush. Now Koken with the rebound. And we get a foul called underneath.
Missed out. It was 2 Seneca guys fouling each other.
Sends Bush to the line. Give him a chance to get 30 tonight.
At the line shooting 2, number 21, Mason Bush.
Foul on Malloy.
Get up on his toes. He's a little short on that one.
Makes a second one. 29 in the game for the 6'2 junior. 80-63. Carney with it for Butler. Trap.
Don't jump.
Gets rid of it. And we get a reach-in foul on Koken.
He jumps to pass too much. You have to be careful of that against a better trapping team.
At the line shooting 2, number 20, Luke Patton.
Koken's fourth. Patton goes to the line. He has 15 in the game, 3 for 4 from the line. Makes the first one.
You know, he's had a nice game.
Yes, very nice.
In the game for Seneca, number 1,
And so Butler clearing the bench, and so the Raiders too with substitutions.
For Butler, number 4, Kevin King.
Minute to go. One of the rare times Morton comes out of a game. With a minute left. And Pat makes them both. 82-63, Butler. Bush with it. In a corner, back outside Koken, and he's fouled. That foul on Hunter Price.
Foul on the play by number 4, Kevin King.
Koken at the line, a chance to get his first point of the evening. 53 seconds left. Butler with the commanding 82-63 lead.
First one's good. In the game for Butler, number 0, Zach Slummers, and number 22, Charles Kreinbacher. For Seneca Valley, number 22, Angelo Giolata.
You have your final substitutions of the game, wholesale subs. Koken misses, tipped away, taken by the Raiders. And this ball tipped away, taken by Butler. Malloy with it.
No.
That pass stolen by the Raiders. Lawson, he's fouled. with 37 seconds left.
Foul played by number 12, Anthony Malloy. At the line, shooting 2, number 10, Gabe Lawson.
Lawson misses for the first time tonight after making 6 in a row.
Yeah, he didn't dribble the one time. He dribbled once the other times.
Makes that one. 13 in the game for Lawson. 30 seconds to go. And Butler throws that one away. 82-65, Butler with a 17-point lead and 26 seconds remaining here in the game. A drive to the hoop, and the basket is good by Connor Lysik.
NBA.
Basket by Connor Lysik. Foul on the play by number 3, Colby Anderson. At the line, shooting 1, number 12, Connor Lysik. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, at the end of the game, please stay off of the gym floor.
$15 seconds remaining here in the game. Butler up by 15.
Oh, my.
While the Raiders will get one more chance to score here in the final 8 seconds. Butler's going to come away with a hard-fought win, and the score belies the battle. Even though Butler has a 15-point lead, that inbound stolen by Butler, and they are going to run out the clock. And that is it. The final score here at Seneca Valley, Butler 82 and Seneca Valley 67. Quite a game. Let's take a look at all of the scoring here tonight. First of all, for Butler, Ethan Morton with 19 points, but his overall game, he had several blocks, 14, 15 rebounds, half dozen or more assists, just running a tremendous floor game.
Without a doubt, he had an outstanding all-around game. He gets the ball to the right people, he rebounds the ball, and he's an intimidating presence. You can't just go in there and lay the ball in.
No. Luke Patton, a solid all-around game with 17, 14 from Devin Carney, and he had 4 trays in the game. And really the star tonight, Maddox Clement for Butler. He lit up the scoreboard in that third quarter with 5 trays. He had 7 in the game. He finished with 23 points, and he was hot as you can get in that third quarter.
Oh, my. You know, that's proof a guy like him, Eddie, might be cold for a quarter or whatever, but you got to stick with him because this is the benefit you derive if you're patient.
2 for Cranebucker, 7 for Mason Montag. He had all of his points scored in that first quarter and finished the first quarter with a tray. Butler's best distribution of scoring this year, George, 19 for Morton, 17 for Patton, 14 for Carney, and 23 for Maddox Clement. And over for the Seneca Valley Raiders, Mason Bush, outstanding game for the 6'2 junior. He had 29 points, including 5 trays himself in the game, kept the Raiders in the game. Gabe Lawson with 12, 8 for Sajax, 2 for Connor Lysik, 4 for Marcus Might, who fouled out. Trey Behringer with 7, 1 for Koken, and 2 for Trey Roselle. So Butler goes to 4-1, now 11-3 on the season. The Raiders dropped to 7-5 and 2-3 in section play.
Yeah, just what you thought. It would take a monumental effort. Seneca with a nice effort, but not strong enough to beat 1-2 punch Morton and Clement. I mean, you're going to have to really hustle to shut those other guys down when Morton can do what he can do. One guy cannot guard him.
Well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll be at North Catholic High School on the 28th when the Lady Trojanettes take on the Freeport Lady Yellow Jackets. We will be there to bring you that game once again here on behalf of the Swami George Abraham, our cameraman Carmen Bianco. The final score was Butler 82, Seneca Valley 67. Have a good night.